Hello, this is Dennis McDonald with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com. I want to show you here today, this phone is probably from India. Could be a Middle Eastern phone, I'm not sure. This telephone is kind of unique. It's an older telephone. In this brass here, this is carved. The metal is actually carved, and then I guess what they did was they painted it and then it was carved. It probably, I don't know, I guess it could be machine carved. It may be hand carved, who knows. It's hard to say. And the handset here, the handle is carved too. It's brass, and it actually looks like the hook switch may be bent a little bit to the right here. If you can see that, it's kind of off just a little bit, but you don't want to bend on stuff like that because you're gonna, it'll end up snapping on you. It's possible that whoever owned the phone was putting it down on this side all the time, and it just happened to bend or something. But it's hard to put an age on this telephone because I'm not real sure exactly how old it is. The line cord here has to be replaced. It's kind of dry rotted and it's got a lot of cracks in it, so when you bend it, it kind of cracks. It's not as pliable as it should be. The other thing I want to show you is we're going to install another line cord in it. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to install a modular port inside so that we can plug our line cord to it, so we don't have to cut one of the ends off and solder it on there. It always works better if you have a modular port installed. So that's something that we're going to be doing today. I already took the feet off of this telephone, so basically what we're going to do here is I'm going to pop it open, and as you can see what's going on, this is a wood plate somebody made and put on the bottom. I don't really think it came from the factory that way. I guess it's possible, but to me it looks like somebody put a new bottom on this telephone. And it's just amazing some of the things that, to the extent that some of these countries will go to get a product. It very well they may have gotten these pieces and parts from different from different parts of the country or whatever, and they put it all together like this wood piece that they made for a bottom. And this is an electronic ringer. They've kind of just got the electronics bolted to one of the bolts that they have, one of the screws that they have. It's just kind of mounted together here, and it's an electronic ringer. And just because it has an electronic ringer in it doesn't mean that the phone is newer. It's an old phone, and somebody installed this electronic ringer, and they could have done that when they got a bunch of parts and just kind of built this phone. So that's a newer style electronic ringer, which is it's older, but it's not to this phone really. Okay, and so basically we want to take a look at this phone. This phone actually looks like it has a Stromberg and Carlson type rotary in it, but it's enough different that I really can't put my finger on where it's from or who made it. So it's kind of hard to answer that question exactly who made this rotary. It could be from another country, the rotary. So it's possible somebody stole some of the ideals from Stromberg and Carlson, but that's what it looks like. It looks like a Stromberg and Carlson, but it's hard to say. I mean, there was a lot of people manufacturing these dials back then. So it's an older dial, anyway, is what I'm getting at. And that dial looks to be older than the telephone itself. So at one point, somebody did a lot of just putting parts together. This phone does not have a network in it. All it does is have a hook switch here, and all the wires are just kind of soldered on, and they brought the line cord in here and just soldered everything on, and then there's a hook switch right there that's wired into the situation. So basically, this telephone does not have a network. The telephone will work without a network, but the volume on the receive is going to be low, and we may have to do something to change that and try to pump up the receive volume on it. But this telephone looks like it may have been just kind of pieced and parted together on some of this stuff, and which is great ingenuity. You know, I mean, it's you know, we're not used to this kind of a piece and part kind of thing. You know, you get a hold of a bunch of these rotary dials, and you make the phone, you know, you make them fit. And so anyway, the ringer element here, this electronic ringer, is not original to the phone either, really. I mean, it may be original to the phone, but it's not as old as the telephone is. So, not sure where it came from, but a customer brought it in, and we're going to repair it. And the customer said he thought the people he bought it off of was like a Pakistani or Indian or Middle Eastern type people at some flea market or yard sale or some kind of deal. So anyway, what we're going to do, though, when we get done with it, is we're going to get it in working order, and we may have to put a network in this telephone, but we may just see what it sounds like after we get our conversion done to it. That's the back of it right there. And see how it sounds, and then we'll go from there. But this is a little bit of what's going on today, and it seems to have a real nice, you know, the rotary acts like it might just need to be cleaned up a little bit, but it has a good feel to it, and I think everything will work out on it. So we'll get that squared away, and we'll get it back to the customer, and hopefully it'll last for quite a few years. But you know, that's kind of unique where you got carving in the metal. You know, you see this from time to time, but you know, whether it was machine carved or hand carved, it takes a little bit to do that. And I really, from the looks of it, I know it's hard to tell on the video, but from the looks of it, I would be almost, you know, I would be pretty safe to say that might just be hand carved, because I can tell by the way they engraved it. So it's kind of a hand engraving, hand carved type. You can just kind of tell how that it looks like it's tooled, like somebody hand carved it. So anyway, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. We just wanted to show you a kind of a Middle Eastern phone, and it's kind of in a French style. And we hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll repair this and get it out to the customer. And thanks for watching. Goodbye now.